Welcome to the Architect's Toolbox, a series of videos where we take a look at design principles and break down how architects use them in their work. It's the use of these tools in the right designer's hands that turn a house into a home. Today we talk about scale. Architects often refer to scale when speaking about design. So what is scale and how does it affect how we enjoy our homes? Scale refers to how we perceive an object or space in relation to something else. Simply put, we are always comparing one thing to another, and we tend to compare new objects against the things that we are familiar with. Our past relationships with objects and spaces become our reference point for viewing anything new. When objects are scaled in a way that we are familiar with, we feel content. Things are right in the world. An object that is scaled in what we perceive to be normal or usual typically goes unnoticed. The fun happens when things are scaled in a way in which we are not accustomed to. Here's where our sense of normality is challenged and we react with different emotions and feelings. These jumps in scale occur in nature quite often. For example, we see the Grand Canyon and feel in awe of its sheer size, or we see the towering peaks of the Grand Tetons rising from the valley and feel inspired, or the unimaginable size of the ocean and feel little by comparison. But scale is also a tool of our built environment. Architects have used scale for thousands of years to help their designs evoke reactions. From the pyramids in Egypt to the great cathedrals of France, scale has been used to challenge what we perceive to be normal or common and make us think differently. We perceive scale in two ways: contextual scale and human scale. Contextual scale refers how we compare objects against each other in our larger surroundings. Remember that Grand Canyon example? We compare this canyon to other riverbeds we've seen in the past and we are surprised. But it's not only the natural environment that we perceive this way. It's also the street we drive through, the buildings we use, and even the homes that we live in. Scale informs our sense of place, our relationship to the world around us. Human scale refers to how we compare objects to ourselves. How our bodies relate to objects, both natural and man-made, plays a large role in how we feel. For example, a normal-sized door feels just right. Our bodies move through the opening with ease, sized perfectly for us and how we behave. However, supersize the door and we begin to feel intimidated. The door becomes ominous. Shrink the door and we get a little curious, wondering what items might lie inside. Human scale gives us our more sensitive emotional reactions. It is this personal relationship to the space that subconsciously informs us how we feel. So let's take a look at how residential architects use scale in their home designs to create special places. This home, designed by CLB Architects of Jackson, Wyoming, uses scale to reinforce and reflect the drama of its location. The home's sharp gable roof reflects the shape of the mountains nearby. But it's the impressive scale of this space that stirs our emotions, creating a soaring and uplifting feeling. The space, reinforced by its supersized scale, helps to make us feel part of this magnificent environment. Sometimes scale is used in a more subtle manner. The large windows of this home, by Loro Design, are defined by the white mullion patterns. While not required for function, the mullions break the big windows into more familiar shapes and sizes relative to our bodies. This conscious design move helps render the home more classical, reminiscent of an earlier time when glass sizes were limited by fabrication methods. Because of this scale breakdown, this modern farmhouse now feels rooted in the past. And finally, Bird's Eye Architects uses the familiar shape and scale of a traditional Vermont barn as a starting point for this modern cottage. We instinctively feel comfortable with its shape and size. It's something we're used to seeing. But notice how the shift in scale of the large first-floor windows, actually walls of glass, affect our emotions. We expect one thing, small barn windows, but instead get expansive views. This creates a vital connection between the inside of the home and the outside landscape beyond. A very modern way of living. Architects use scale to affect how we feel in our homes. Most of the time, scale is a subtle thing, making us feel comfortable and at ease. But scale can also be very dramatic, leading to unexpected feelings. So from now on, take a look at the spaces that you're in and see how scale may be affecting your emotions. Thanks for joining us for this Architect's Toolbox. We'll see you later.